Continuing from our last session where we saw how we can run a collection manually inside the collection runner, in this session we are going to look at how we can automate our collection runs inside the collection runner and we can schedule a particular collection run. Now this is also possible with monitors, but this is now added functionality inside the collection runner itself. So you can schedule your runs, you can look at the results, you can pause, edit, delete. So you can basically do everything which you were able to do in the monitors as well. But monitors are typically used to schedule runs when you want to set up alerts, like triggering a call when it fails. So for all other use cases, we will use collection runner to schedule our runs for our collections. So let's go ahead and see this. We are still using the same collection, which is the GitHub, which has got 4 requests. And then there are different ways of creating this collection run. Okay, you can directly select the collection. You can go to run, and that will open the run window, right? And here, previously we were selecting run manually. Now we can select schedule our runs, and that will give us different configurations, and we can choose whatever configuration we would like to choose, right? The other way around is when you go to collection, you can go to runs tab, and in that runs tab, you will have past runs, which will show you where all the collection run has happened, either in CLI or in the runner. Then there is also scheduled runs. And as you can see, there are no scheduled runs for this collection right now. So we can also schedule runs and it will take us to the same window. Okay. So now coming to the schedule configuration, I can give it a name, right? So let's create a schedule for a daily run. Okay. And the run frequency. So this is the frequency on which you want to run it. There are two options. One is a week timer, where you can choose every day, every weekday, or any particular day and then a particular time, right? And then there is also hour timer, right? So here you can choose every 2 hours, every 3 hours, up till every 12 hours. Okay, so these are basically the two options. The minute timer is not available on the free plan. You need to upgrade in order to use this. But I think for us, I can choose the week timer and then I can put every day, maybe at 12 p.m. Right now, now we need to choose a few other configurations like which environment we want to use for this particular collection. So we know we want to use the GitHub environment, how many iterations we want to run. I will leave it at 1. We can choose our data file. We haven't seen this yet, but we will see it in our next session. And then email notifications. Okay, so by default, my account user is already added. I can add another 4 members who can be a recipient for any notifications which will go to their email after every run. Okay, and these notifications will only go when there are failures, and it will also stop after 3 consecutive failures. You can always change this, make it 5 or make it 2, whatever you want the number to be, right? Then there are some advanced settings. If you want to retry if your run fails, right? So you can do that, how many times you want to retry, and then set request timeout. So you can select this and set a timeout for each request. You can put it 1000 milliseconds or any particular timeout which is required for your request to be processed. You can also set a delay between different requests. Okay, and follow redirects and enable SSL validations. They are selected by default. Okay, so these are all the configurations which you can see. I can schedule a run here. Okay, so now my collection is scheduled for a daily run at 12 p.m. every day. I can always go to view all schedules, and that will show me the scheduled runs. You can see here it is an upcoming run today at 12 p.m. And it is scheduled for daily, right? So my collection can run every day, and I can be notified if there are any failures, right? Um, so what else we can do? We can always go ahead and pause this daily run or scheduled run. I can always go ahead and edit the details or configurations which I want for my particular run. I can save the changes, and I can also go ahead and delete the scheduled run. Okay. So if I click on delete, it will delete this particular schedule. So you can always view, you can always edit, and you can always delete the particular schedule. So once this run is completed, it will show you a report. Okay. So this will trigger basically a run on the Postman Cloud, and then the results will appear here. Okay. Now, instead of waiting for this scheduled run to happen at 12 p.m., what I can also do is I can run this particular collection right away. Okay, so there is a run now option, and that is what I'm going to do here. I don't want to wait till 12 p.m. to show me the collection run report. I can do it right away. Okay, so as you can see, this has now completed the scheduled run, which I did right away. It is again going to run at 12 p.m. On a daily basis until I either pause it or delete it. Okay. You can always filter all your results by manual or scheduled run or all. Okay. And you can also filter it with your successful runs, your failures, or errors, right? So you can do that, um, and you can always clear your filters. Okay. So this is the first scheduled run. It was manual because we triggered it by clicking on run now. If it was on an automated basis, then this would not show it as manual. Okay. The response time, as you can see, is 1.94 seconds. And then when you click on this, you will also see the complete test results. Okay. So what was passed, which test failed, you can see everything on this particular test results window. You can also go to console log to see if you want to check what were the logs on this particular request or collection. Okay. So as your scheduled runs happen on a daily basis, this report will get filled, and you will be able to see how your collection is performing either on a weekly basis or on a daily basis right inside your collection runner. Okay. It's really an added functionality which has been introduced into Collection Runner. Now you have got all kinds of options inside Collection Runner. You can not only run it manually, but you can run it on CLI. You can schedule your runs. You can also do a CI/CD integration with Jenkins, right? So that is what we'll also see in the next session, how you can configure or integrate your Postman collection to run on a CI/CD tool like Jenkins.